Hi there, welcome to the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney and today we are going to do a review for a premium freshie. This is Mridul Chopra's The Great Pacific. Mridul Chopra's fragrances are popularly known for their blends and the notes that he uses in those blends, and that makes it for a very niche segment of people who love his fragrances, and we'll figure out what makes Great Pacific an excellent freshie. So let's get started. Now the Great Pacific has notes such as cashmere wood, lavender, white musk, sage, thyme, ISOE, vetiver. All of these put together makes it for an amazing premium freshie. Now the moment you spray on, you realize that you get that blast of thyme and sage, and mixed with that cashmere wood makes it for an amazing freshie. Now when I say freshie, I'm really saying that this blend becomes something that you haven't smelled before. The combination of that woody note and the cashmere wood along with like sage, ISOE, vetiver really brings up something different. It has also got lavender, it's also got white lilies as well. Now aside to this fragrance also has got some dark notes such as thyme and lavender, which make it a dark aquatic kind of a fragrance as well. Now when you put it on, you get that blast, and like I said, I get that thyme and that sage, and along with that cashmere wood very prominently. But as it dries down, it kind of takes the white musk and the vetiver takes over, and then towards the dry down you get a lot of that vetiver. Now when I had a brief chat with him and asked him what was the inspiration behind creating the Great Pacific, he says that he wanted to create a fragrance that would capture the essence of the ocean, specifically in terms of it being a fresh, aquatic, salty fragrance. But also, like the ocean, which covers a vast area of countries, it should also capture notes that are from those countries, right? Like for example, if you look at why cashmere wood is used in this particular fragrance, and he says that he wanted it to be a fixative. Now a fixative is something like a note or a component that can make a fragrance stick to your skin. Now cashmere wood also becomes a woody note in an aquatic fragrance. Now that combination, when you look at things like bergamot, ISOE, vetiver, kind of plays very nicely, and the cashmere wood really, I think, makes this fragrance come together along with the thyme, sage, bergamot, vetiver, white musk, and all of that, right? It kind of plays up with you. It brings you that feeling of that you can sense that you are in a different destination, a different place, and that note really plays with you in terms of carrying you to a different location or a zone. And I really kind of like it. Now I'm not an expert on fragrances, and I have a few fresh aquatic fragrances or fresh summer fragrances, you can say, but somewhere I feel this combination of notes makes it for a very different take, and you should really experience this at least on a small sample. The sample comes at about, I think, 250 rupees roughly for, I think this is about a 3 ml sample. Now the 50 ml comes at about close to 3000 rupees, and that's the reason why I say that this particular fragrance is a premium freshie. Now this puts this fragrance in the ballpark figures of a designer fragrance, right? Now for that price that you pay, you definitely get something worth. When I say worth, the quality of the notes, the blend is really outstanding. I really want to try the other fragrances that he has got, like Melting Point, the Milky Way to Nile, and others as well, and I will try those as well. Now in terms of performance on this particular fragrance, you can easily get about 4 to 5 hours on the skin, and on apparel it can go up to 6 to 7 hours, and it has got projection as well. It can easily give you about 2.5 to 3 feet of projection, and a beautiful scent profile or a CR that builds around you. Okay, there's a nice bubble that gets created when you wear this fragrance, and trust me, it's a beautiful scent that you will experience. Especially considering that this is a private house, okay, a private blend from India, and the quality of the fragrance is top notch. Now for the ratings for this particular fragrance, the Great Pacific. On scent profile, I'll give this a 9.5 for two reasons. One, this is a private blend, and the combination of those private blends is really beautiful. The way the cashmere wood, the way the bergamot, the lavender, the white lily, sage, thyme, ISOE, White Musk, Vetiver, all of them come together and create that amazing beautiful bubble around you. The blast that you get on you when you put in this particular fragrance, the opening notes of that sage and thyme, and the dry down when it comes to that vetiver, really beautiful fragrance. So on scent profile, a definite 9.5. Now I would go on to say that it's almost as if like you're trying a niche house that is as good as the scent profile is. When I talk about performance, you can think about it easily at least about 4 to 5 hours on skin, and I told you like 6 to 7 hours on apparel, so I'll give this a 8.5. Now in terms of presentation, I will go with 7.5 because it still comes in a nice good looking bottle with a nice cap. The cap is a very distinct feature from which it can be easily recognized, so I would still go with 7.5 on that. Now value for money can be quite tricky here. Now like I said, the quality of the fragrance, the quality of blend, the scent profile really is as close to as looking at a niche house. Okay, now but the price factor is, like I said, is quite upmarket in the ballpark figures of a designer fragrance of an 100 ml, so to say, because the 50 ml of this one costs close to about 3,000 rupees. So if you look at that point of view, I think you can easily say a 9, because if you are able to get a niche house quality at the designer price, though being an Indian fragrance and an Indian private blend, I think that really calls for something. You can really take pride in wearing this particular fragrance, and for that reason I'll go with 9. In terms of recommendation, I would highly recommend you to try this particular fragrance, because you would have definitely worn a lot of freshies, be it summer fragrances, be it green fragrances with this combination of notes like sage, thyme, bergamot, vetiver and all of that. But I think this blend is really beautiful and unique, so I would really recommend you to try it. So on that note, that is my review for Mridul Chopra's The Great Pacific. Also to say, the house is called MMC. You would see the stickering as MMC in some, and in this it says Mridul Chopra. Now MMC stands for Maison Mridul Chopra, Maison representing a house, okay, like MFK, similar to that. He also has worked with a perfumery company or an organization as well, so I think that's another reason why he's able to create such wonderful fragrances. His other fragrances such as Saint's Crime and all of them are quite popular, especially in Milky Way to Nile is very popular, so I definitely am very curious to try and see how those fragrances perform and smell. And if you like such videos where I'm reviewing private blends of Indian houses, please do like and subscribe and share, because I think a lot of people need to be aware of such houses, such perfumers like Mridul Chopra who create some amazing blends. We do have some fantastic perfumers in India. It's just that I think we need to bring them out to the limelight and showcase them and showcase their products that they have. So we can do a lot in that regard. Now, if you also want to watch videos where I compare the OG to the alt and to the clones, you can watch my playlist here where I have videos about YSL Y, Aventus, Dior Intense and many more. Right? On that note, my name is Rodney and thank you for watching the Perfume Experience. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done already.